So I'm about to go to the gym. It's like 1:30. I'm gonna still eat, eat, and then walk and go to the gym. But I was thinking about this because I'm really hungry right now. And when you're hungry, you don't procrastinate to eat. When you really have to go to the bathroom, you don't procrastinate to go to the bathroom. You run to the bathroom and you instantly do your business, whatever. When you're really hungry, you don't procrastinate to eat. You instantly want to get something to eat. You instantly start looking, where's the nearest place to eat? What's near me that I could eat? What is there to cook? What is there to eat? And you need to treat your goals like that. If you don't treat your goals like that, where you're just hungry for them, if you're not hungry for your goals, like you're super hungry, like you want to eat, guess what? You're not gonna be consistent. You're not gonna want it that bad, and you're not gonna take action and actually stick to it. If you're not hungry for that goal that you set out, you want to get lean, you want to get jacked, you want to get shredded for the summer, you want to get shredded before the summer ends. And if you're not hungry for it, like when you're super hungry and you want to eat where you don't procrastinate, guess what? It's going to take way longer for you to hit that goal. You're not even going to hit that goal. You're not even going to stay consistent because you're not even hungry for it. And you're just going to procrastinate because you're not even that hungry for it. If you're procrastinating or wasting time, not taking action towards that goal, it's because you're not even that hungry for it. Be honest, bro. You're not doing jack shit. You're not hungry for the goal. You're not actually that hungry for the goal. You don't want it that bad, and you're not going to work for it like if you're hungry for it. If you're not hungry for it, you're not going to work on it and actually achieve it in the time you want to achieve it, unless you're super, super hungry for it and you just don't procrastinate. Like when you're super hungry and you don't procrastinate to eat, that's how you need to treat your goal. That's how you need to treat your physique. If you don't like how your physique looks, you don't like how fat you are, you don't like how skinny fat you are, how skinny you are, and if you're not hungry to improve and to escape how you look, because you just hate that you look like shit, if you're not hungry to get that physique that you want, guess what? You're not going to stay consistent in the gym. Whenever it gets hard, whenever you get those days, those test days where you face that test of how bad you actually want it, and you just wake up and you just feel like shit and you don't feel like going to the gym. That the last thing you want to do is go to the gym. The last thing you want to do is just stick to eating what you're supposed to be eating. Guess what? Since you're not hungry for it, you don't want it that bad, you're going to procrastinate and you're not even going to stick to it. You're not even going to go to the gym. You're not even going to eat what you're supposed to eat. You're just going to fall off completely off the diet, binge eat, whole bunch of bullshit food. And guess what? You're going to go back to square one. Think about it. If you don't want it that bad, if you're not hungry for it, you're not going to eat. That's what I'm saying. If you're not hungry for it, you're not going to do whatever it takes for you to eat. An animal, you cannot ask a lion why it's hungry. He's just hungry and he's not going to stop until he eats. That's how you need to treat your goals. That you're not going to stop until you hit that goal, and you're not going to procrastinate, you're not going to waste time, you're not going to do bullshit until you hit that goal. You need to start acting like a lion who's hungry, who's going to do whatever it takes to get that goal, who's going to do whatever it takes to eat that animal so you could eat and not fucking die and not starve to death. That's how you need to treat your goal. You need to treat it like there is no other option. Like, you have to make this work out. You have to get there. You can't live a life without looking like that in the mirror, without getting jacked, without getting lean, without getting shredded, without having whatever goal that is, of making that business work out, of being successful, of escaping that job, of quitting that job that you hate by making and replacing that income with a business that you love. If you don't treat that goal like you're hungry for it, if you don't treat that goal like there is no other option, like you're gonna do whatever it takes to eat because you're just that hungry, or else you're just gonna starve to death. That's how you need to treat your goal. And whatever you want to pursue, whatever you want to achieve, you need to treat it like that, where you're just super hungry, where you're just not procrastinating, where you're not doing this. Think about it. You see, when a dog is super laser focused on the food that you have, the food that you're eating, they're just laser focused on the food. You literally call their name and they don't give a shit. You call their name and they don't even look at you. You call their name, you do something, you make some noise over here, you play with their toy over here, and they don't give a shit. Because they're just that focused on the food. Because they just want the food that bad. They just want the food that bad, or they're just super hungry. If you're not like that with your goal, where you just have that, like, that tunnel vision, where you don't care about anything else, you don't care what else is happening in the world, you just want to get to that goal, and you want to become that version of yourself, guess what? You're going to slack off, and you're going to be like that. If that dog isn't that hungry, if that dog doesn't want that food that bad, guess what? They're just going to get distracted, go over there, start playing with their toy, and just not eat. Because they're not even that hungry. They don't even want the goal that bad. That's how you're going to be. You're going to get distracted because you're not that hungry for it. You don't want it that bad. But if you're super hungry like that dog or that lion where there were wavy food around it and it was just laser focused, if you're not like that, if you don't treat your goal like that, where it's like food that you're super hungry for and there's no other way that you have to make this work out, you're going to slack off and you're not going to be consistent with getting to that goal because you're not that hungry for it. You don't want it that bad. When you're hungry, you don't procrastinate to eat, and this isn't even about food. We're not even talking about food. This is literally just about your goal, not even about food. If you don't want that physique that bad, as bad as like you want to eat when you're super hungry, guess what? You're going to stay fat. You're going to stay fat. You're not going to stay consistent. You're not going to take the action that it takes to get lean and get shredded. That you're not going to look like the dude who goes on the beach and all the girls are looking at and just staring at, just mesmerizing, just staring at him, just wanna be with him. You're not going to be that dude who takes off his shirt at the beach. You're going to be the dude who is in the pool and doesn't even take his shirt off. You're going to be that fat ass dude who just is self-conscious about how they look, and they just care so much about what other people are going to say about them, what they think about them, because they're just super fat and they're not proud of how they look, and they hate how they look. If you don't want to get in shape as bad as you're hungry, like if you need to eat, guess what? You're going to be that dude who is wearing a shirt at the pool. You're going to be that dude who doesn't want to go to the beach because he doesn't want to take his shirt off, who doesn't want to go outside and take his shirt off. You're going to be that dude, and you're going to regret it. You're going to be like, damn, I'm at the beach right now. I'm at the pool. Why didn't I fucking lock in and get in shape and get abs so I could be confident right now and just take my shirt off and have all the girls be looking at me, be like, damn, that dude's jacked. That dude has abs. That dude's lean. I want to be with him. You're not going to be that dude if you're fucking slacking off and not actually hungry for that goal, and you start procrastinating, start being inconsistent. You don't even stick to the diet. You don't even go to the gym. You want to be the dude who goes to the gym, and the people who work there at the gym literally know you so well because that's how much you go to the gym. They literally know you they know you so well because they just see you there all the time, and they need to be like, holy shit, this dude is so fucking consistent. This whole year, this dude has not missed a single day of his split. This dude hasn't missed. How the fuck? This dude is crazy consistent. I need to be like him. And if you're not hungry for it, you're not gonna fucking take action for it, bro. Like, if you don't want it, you're not gonna get that goal because you don't want it. Why would you even get something that you don't want? If you're not hungry for it, and if you think you're just gonna half-ass everything and still get that result, what the fuck are you doing? You think this is one of the reasons why most people are out of shape. They think that they could just half-ass everything. That they could just half-ass the gym, half-ass the diet, half-ass the lifestyle, and they still think they're going to get a good physique. Unless you have insane genetics, that's not going to happen for you. That's not going to fucking happen for you if you think you're just going to half-ass it and you think you're going to get a good physique out of that half-ass effort. You put in half-ass effort, you're going to get half-ass results. You're going to be fucking skinny fat and like the average gym goer who just looks like shit. That's what you're going to get when you half-ass it. If you half-ass that business, you're not going to make any money. You're just going to be there for years without making any money, not making a single dollar because you're half-assing it. If you half-ass anything, you don't get any more then you get out. Your output is your input. You can't get a bigger output without increasing the input unless you have crazy leverage. Think about this when you're procrastinating, you're wasting time. You say you really want that goal, and then you catch yourself not being consistent, sticking off the diet, not going to the gym. Think about that quote. When you're hungry, you don't procrastinate to eat. Think about that when you're fucking procrastinating. Think about that when you wake up. Think about that before you go to sleep. And you're going to get your ass to work. Because you said you want that goal. Like if you're super hungry for it. You say you're super hungry for that goal. But yeah, you procrastinate. Yeah, you waste time. You don't take action. And you're not consistent. Think about that. Be like, when you're hungry, you don't procrastinate to eat. Write that shit down on a sticky note. Put it in your room. Put it on your laptop. Put it on whatever. When you're hungry, you don't procrastinate to eat. Think about that. I said that in my first YouTube video at the end. And I still believe it. And that was one of the quotes that literally got me to starting YouTube. Where I literally kept thinking about that. I was like, when you're hungry, you don't procrastinate. You don't procrastinate to eat. And I'm literally lying to myself by saying I want this goal and I'm not acting on it. Like, I'm not even that hungry for it. And that pissed me off. That hurt my ego. Saying that I want this goal, that I want to hit it, and then just procrastinating. Just wasting fucking time. That pissed me off. Because I'm literally wasting my fucking potential. Do not waste your potential, bro. You have so much fucking potential. You know how much people overestimate what they could do in a day, but they underestimate what they could do in a year. You know how much you can achieve in 1 year? You could completely change your life in 1 year. You could go from completely out of shape, fat as shit, to go jacked and lean. To get lean, abs, full six-pack, jacked in 1 year. Think about that. You could be completely out of shape, super fat as shit, and go to jacked, lean, abs, six-pack, shredded. You could go from completely broke to millionaire in 1 year. Think about that. Think about how much potential you have in 1 year, and think about how much time and potential you're just wasting. Think about the version you could become, and you're just fucking wasting it. Does that not, like, disappoint you that you're just wasting your potential? Think about if that was your son. If you right now, if your future son was exactly like you, wasting your potential, what would you think of him? Think about it. If your son was exactly like you, wasting your potential, you would try to make some sense into him. You would try to talk to him, and you want your son to be better than you. You want your son to be on point and better than you. You want him to be super successful, super in shape. Why don't you want that for yourself? How you would treat your son, you need to treat yourself. Where you tell him to do this, where you tell him to do you tell him the best advice, and you want him to stick to it. You already know the best advice. You already know what to do, but you're still not doing it. You don't lack an information problem. You lack an implementation problem. You already know what to do, and you're not doing it. You're fucking wasting your potential. And if you don't know what to do, why aren't you asking people how to do it? Why aren't you asking people who have already done what you want to do and get advice from them? Like, text somebody, DM somebody, DM a family member who's in shape, DM somebody who's in shape, who's done the transformation that you want to do. Like, I went from super skinny. I've been everything, honestly. I've been super skinny, 115 pounds. Then right now, I'm on the way. I'm documenting my journey to lean muscular physique. I'm documenting my journey right now to 10% body fat. By the end of that, when I'm 10% body fat, I'm going to be lean muscular because I already have a little bit of muscle. To some people's standards. Some people will say I'm jacked. Other people have said I'm super jacked. If you look at my Instagram, I guess that's up to you. I'm not trying to say I'm jacked. I'll call myself lean muscular when I'm lean, but I wouldn't say I'm jacked. Other people say it. That's what they think. And I appreciate it, but I'm not trying to say I'm all this and that. But I went from skinny fat, 115 pounds, bulked up, And right now I'm cutting. And then at the peak bulk, I was literally fat as shit, honestly. Looking back at it now, I was fat as shit. I didn't want to say it when I was in the bulk, because I always want to, when you're bulking, you always want to say that you're not fat, and you want to think you're leaner than you actually are. I said I was 18% body fat. I put in the YouTube that I was 18% body fat. When in reality, looking back at it now, I think I was at like 20. I think I was at like 20 or 20 plus, like, honestly. And I was fat. I was honestly fat. My face was fucking fat. Before that, when I did a crazy bulk, when I first started, gained like 50 pounds in 3 months, I got super fat. My face was so fucking fat. My stomach was so fat. I've been it all, honestly. I've been skinny. I've been skinny fat. I've been fucking hella fat where your face is so fat and you just hate. I didn't even want to make a video because of how fat I looked, honestly. Sometimes, some videos where I'm literally making while I'm driving, I literally have a double chin the whole time where I'm just talking. And I know how it feels to be fat. I know how it feels to be super skinny, being super insecure about being skinny. I remember I think I remember a whole year. I went like sophomore year of high school where literally I was so fucking skinny, so insecure about how skinny I was and how weak I looked, that literally the whole year, no matter how hot it was, I did not take my sweater off. Did not take my sweater off, did not show my arms at all. Because that's how much I hated how skinny I was. And there were some days where I was super, super fat on the bulk. And I didn't even want to wear tight clothing because it was going to tight like my stomach more. So I know how it feels to be fat. I know how it feels to be skinny. And I don't want to be skinny, or I don't want to be fat either. I don't want to be skinny fat, and I don't want to go back to that. And I know how it feels to be skinny fat. But if you're not asking somebody for advice, literally, I post every single day on Instagram. I post 15 stories a day, posting value every single day. If you want advice, value on how to improve your physique, literally go to my Instagram, watch my reels. I post reels every single day, post 15 stories a day. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible with that because I want to grow my Instagram and my YouTube. And I'm going to be posting value on YouTube as well. But if you stuck to the end, thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.